covering this guy in college. Still a quality defensive combo guard at 6'4", tremendous IQ and anticipation. Really helps him at the defensive end. And he's, I think, a little underrated offensively, too.
First free throw is good. And Hinrich playing big numbers for the Bulls last season. But Steve, his shooting percentages have started now to tail off over the last few years.
You know, I think his defense is really what keeps him on the court at this point, Kevin. Offensively, still a good playmaker and a decision maker, but he's not going to be a big scorer.
Now here's Hinrich. He's got 21. Rose goes in, and that one's good. Rose has got 6.
And he may be the guy to put this game even farther out of reach.
Warriors trail by 13. Barnes dishes to Iguodala. Can't hit. And it's Chicago the other way. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Rose with the ball. Back to Hinrich. Bulls moving the ball around. Oh, offensive interference. Timeout called the Warriors. Mirotic, the 23rd pick back in 2011. The Bulls had to wait a while for him to come over. But, Steve, it looks like their patience will be rewarded.
Yeah, I mean, he was an MVP in the Spanish ACB league. It's probably the best league in the world after the NBA. So a lot of NBA GMs really regarded him as the best international player outside the NBA last season.
Checked in for Golden State. And now let's take a look at the most efficient scoring teams in the NBA. The Warriors, number 1.
Kevin, I've always said shooting percentage individually and for a team is a function of the kinds of shots you get. This team leads the league in shooting percentage because, 1, they have good shooters, but 2, they take high-quality shots. They're a very disciplined group.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Gentlemen, a close partnership between Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau and center Joakim Noah. Noah said, quote, "The way each of us sees the game can be totally different, but he'll fight anybody to win, and I will too." Noah says Thibodeau's changed too, adding, "He's opened up a lot more, asking how we're doing, what we're thinking." Kevin?
They're really the backbone of that team. Thanks, Doris. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And Mirotic, leading Real Madrid to the title in the Copa del Rey tournament. He got the MVP of that tournament as well. He's still young, but he's been proven at a very high level of competition, and you never discount that.
Now here's Iguodala. Right now averaging 7 points a game.
You know, even against defense as tight as that, you expect him to bury those.
I don't know. I mean, we've seen him hit those in the past, but like you said, the defender was on him like glue. It would have been quite a bucket.
Well, now they're just going to town on it.
Yeah, you'd think these defenders would have done a little more to put a stop to that stuff, Kevin, but so far, no go.
Well, a phenomenal aerial assault there, fellas.
Lee, some solid defense from Rose.
He was right there, but the defensive pressure forced that miss.
Well contested. That really made it a tough shot.
And Mirotic kicks to Rose. And there's the foul. It'll go on Nikola Mirotic. That'll be his second foul of the game.
A little overeager right there. Left his feet too early.
And if you're already boxed out, you got to try to work to get around. Otherwise, it's a surefire foul.
Some changes for Chicago. Tony Snell's checked in for Hinrich. And it's Brooks in for Derrick Rose. Outside Curry. Iguodala outside. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go from the wing. Second chance shot. Rejected by Gasol. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Passes it to Butler. Gasol setting the pick for Butler. He feeds it to Snell. Knocks down the 3 ball. Snell's got 5.
Clark, they're really struggling guarding that three-point line.
And they're not making up for it with their own shots from deep either, Steve.
From deep, Iguodala. Good, and Curry gets the assist. That's 7 points for Iguodala.
And he knocks down a 3 of his own.
And even if he didn't, he just made it personal coming right back with the 3 of his own there.
Now here's Butler. He's got 15. Three-pointer. That one goes. Count it. Butler's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Bulls. And it's Lee penetrating, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, man, he's got so much power. Andre Iguodala, one of the elite athletes in the NBA. Great ball handler, and when he gets to the rim, he's right up there with LeBron James as far as being one of the most high-percentage finishers in the league.
Warriors trail by 17. Curry passes to Bogut, and he tucks it home.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catalyst for him.
I think you're right.
Well, we've seen these kind of plays get them going in the past, that's for sure.
Now here's Butler. He's got 21. Mirotic's shot is off.
Well, what appeared to be an easy 2 points just never materialized.
And good on the basket. Book it. 14 points for Steph Curry.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Boy, the ball movement's been fantastic here the last few possessions.
Feeds it to Snell. Brooks outside. Outside Butler. Here's the three. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. And that's now 24 points for Butler.
That's 12 straight points coming off three-pointers. I mean, somebody do something defensively.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, who's going to step up? They're rolling out there now, so you got to get in their chest, make them uncomfortable, and try to deny those looks.
So for the Bulls, Gibson comes in for Mirotic, and Moore shoved in for Butler. Brooks misses.
This guy's a good three-point shooter, but that was probably from a little bit too far.
Yeah, not what I would call working to get the best shot either. Nice, accurate pass right into the middle.
Chicago leading by 14. Over to the left wing. There's the dish to Snell. And stolen by Barnes. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Thompson with the ball. Banked in off the glass. Thompson's got his second basket of the night.
You know, passing the ball well on the perimeter has really opened things up offensively for this club.
Steve, it makes the game easy. I mean, 10 straight points off assist. That's impressive, but it's easy when you move the ball.
Snell kicks to Moore. It'll count. And no good trying to get that one. And as we end the...
Coming up this Thursday, March 5th, Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
This was a showstopper, wasn't it? Just a difficult pass to make, and he makes it flawlessly to set up that alley-oop.
Heinrich and Rose the guards. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol in the middle. And it's Butler in at the small forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Rose can't hit. Warriors trail by 12. Now Barnes. Here's Livingston. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. It's deflected. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
You're fortunate that one was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged a bullet there.
The Warriors making a switch here. Green's checked in. Heinrich, right side. Off target from three-point range.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
You got that right. I mean, he'll do it from three-point land or anywhere on the perimeter, really, because he is a deadly shooter. You've got to do a better job defensively.
So it's Chicago now. The Bulls leading by 12. Pass to Butler. Right side, Butler. Back to Rose. Takes the 3. And again, no good by Chicago.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
With all that Sean Livingston went through with his horrific injury a few years back, Steve, it's amazing just to see him out there on the floor playing basketball.
Yeah, I remember seeing that live. It was one of the most awful things to see on a basketball court, and I just have so much respect for Livingston, the way he's continued to grind it out and carve out a career for himself. He's become a very, very good player.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State, Bogut comes in for Maurice Spates, and Curry subbed in for Klay Thompson. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And with Livingston, you know, he had to adjust the way he played after the injury, but was able to pick things up on the fly as he managed to be a contributor on every team that he's been on since the injury. And I think that says an awful lot about him as a player and as a person.
The Warriors making a switch here. Thompson's checked in. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, guys, Tom Thibodeau had some advice for his team in that last timeout. He was propping his guys up for their defensive pressure, saying, listen, the pressure you put on them has been fantastic. Keep pestering them, keep forcing turnovers, and we'll be in a great position to win this thing.
Well, with Livingston, as you said, he had to adjust his game a lot, after the injury, but he was so skilled coming into the league that you knew he'd find a way to become a positive influence on the floor. He's not one-dimensional at all. He can do a lot of things out there.
Normally when you dominate on the glass, it really shows up on the scoreboard, but not so much here today.
You're right, Steve. Typically, it is a good barometer that indicates who's winning, but not so.
Chicago leading by 8. The kick out to Rose. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. And again, no good by Chicago.
And that's a shot you can't pass up. He should knock that down.
Thompson with the bucket.
Now that is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
The kick out to Rose. Good, and Heinrich gets the assist. Heinrich's got 3 assists in the game.
That's kind of his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the defense and finish at the rim.
Warriors trail by 8. It's Curry with the drive. Barnes dishes to Bogut. Lays it up and banks it in.
They've got to continue to put pressure on the defense by probing inside. That's what's really working for them.
And when you're doing the job they are inside, it takes pressure off the perimeter guys.
That's good. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Curry passes to Barnes. From the arc. Got that one. The Bulls lead has been cut down to 5 on the bucket from Curry.
And he had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on him.
And it's Rose penetrating. Heinrich outside. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Heinrich's got 5 points now this quarter.
This guy is simply having a great game from outside.
Curry with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. He lobs up the alley-oop pass and slam dunk by Butler.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they want. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
Yeah, that's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
To the inside.
How sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up Clark that beautiful alley-oop dunk.
Yeah, it was nice.
Just a gorgeous assist.
Barnes kicks to Curry. It's stolen by Rose. Inside. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Thompson. They can't stop the run with that one.
Well, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Rose gets the bucket.
Well, tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear win. Leaving nothing to chance. An impressive win for Chicago.
Clark, their shot